Hi soulmates, I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make this stylish asymmetric conical funnel corset. So if you're new here, you're highly welcome. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and also share. And to my top subscribers, thank you guys for your support. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the pattern drafting. So I'm gonna have to chop down my vertical measurements. I have my bust line, my under bust line, my waistline, and then the top length. So from the upper part, I'll chop down half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. From that 8 inches, I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. And from the 1 inches, I'll come down by 8 inches for my armhole. After that, I'll connect from my shoulder slope down to my armhole. And this is what I have. So next, I'll measure from my shoulder down to my armhole point. What I have is 9 inches. I'll chalk it down here also. Then I'll rule out a straight line. This line will be my chest line. So from my shoulder to my chest line is 9 inches. Okay. So next, I'll chalk down my basic neck width of 3 inches and I'll connect it down to my shoulder slope. It is just for a guide. Okay. So next, I'll go ahead and divide my armhole into 2. I'll get the midpoint. From the midpoint, I'll come in by 0.5 and I'll connect it to my shoulder slope this way. Next, I'll divide my bust circumference by 4. I will chalk it down. Then I'll use my curve ruler to connect it this way. And this is what I have, okay? So next, I'll chalk down half of my nipple to nipple measurements, which is 4 inches. I'll chalk it down from my chest line down to my top length. Then I'll connect a straight line. And this is what I have. So next, on the both side of my under bust, I'll come out on both sides by 1 inches. If you're very busty, go ahead and use 1.5 inches. From my under bust down to my top length. And this is what I have, and I'll use my curve ruler to connect from my under bust to my bust point this way. So next, I'm making use of a shoulder dart. I'll get the midpoint of what I have here. Here is the midpoint, and I'll connect it down to my bust point. And this is what I have, okay? So next, for my over bust, from the chest line, I'll come up by 2 inches. This is where I want my bustier to stop, okay? From the chest line, I came up by 2 inches. So on this line, I'll go ahead and come out on both sides by 0.5, okay? This is for my over bust tightening, and I'll connect it back to my bust line using my curve ruler. So on the over bust, I took out 1 inches for over bust tightening, okay? So next, I'll go ahead and chalk down the circumference of my body, okay? My bust divided by 4, this is what I have. Plus my 1 inches that, I'll go ahead and replace it back. My under bust divided by 4, I'll chalk it down, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. My waist divided by 4, I'll chalk it down, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. So on my top length, I'm making use of my hip circumference divided by 4, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. I'll go ahead and extend my line. So my hip divided by 4, this is what I have, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. Then I'll add extra 2 inches to it, okay, for the conical effect at the down part. After that, I'll go ahead and connect them together this way. From the waistline, I'll connect it this way down to my top length. And this is what I have, okay? So next, from the bust line, I'll come down by 1 inch. This is for my side dart. For your side dart, it's a difference between your shoulder to waist of your back and that of your front, okay? So mine is 1 inches. So this is what I have. I'll go ahead and open up my side dart and I'll blend it back, okay? So let's do that. I'll open up my side dart and I'll go ahead and close it up, okay? I'll hold it down with my pin and this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and blend this side down to my waistline. And this is what I have. So next, on my bust line, I'll come down by 1 inch, okay? from this point, I'll come down by 1 inches and I'll use my curve ruler to connect it to my armhole this way. And this is what I have, okay? So now for my over bust, I'll blend it down to my chest line. This way, this is a sweetheart neckline. And from this point, I'll blend it down to my armhole. And this is what I have for this part. So guys, now we'll go over to the down part, okay? For the down part, from the waistline, I'll come down by 5 inches, okay? Then after that, I'll go ahead and blend in my dart. This dart, I'll blend it in. Make sure you do that, okay? Then once I'm done, I'll go ahead and connect it this way. This is for the curve at the down part. Go ahead and curve it this way. This is what I have, okay? This is what I have. So make sure you blend in your dots so that both of them will be equal while sewing. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out. But before doing that, I'll be placing a pattern on this part, okay, down to my under bust. So let's do that. I've done that. Now I'll go ahead and pin it down from my over bust down to my under bust. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Just watch the way I'm cutting it out. Once you get to the under bust, cut it out to the one under it, okay? Cut it this way. Then this is what I have, guys, okay? So now I'll go ahead and cut it on the under bust. This way. Then fold in this part also. Cut it out, cut out the excess. And this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and bring out the bustier part. This is the bustier part, okay? This part is the bustier part. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and cut out the funnel part of it. Cut out this part and also cut out this part, okay? So this is what I have, guys. Place it on the bustier part and this is what you'll be having. Okay, can you see? Making sure they are both equal. So now guys, let's go over to the back pattern. This is the front part. Let's go over to the back pattern. So here is my back pattern. I'm going to have to chalk down my vertical measurements. I have my bust line, my waist, and then the top length. And my shoulder to waist of my back is 16 inches because I took out 1 inches from the front part, okay? So now I'll go ahead and chalk down half of my shoulder measurements, which is 8 inches. From that point, I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. And from the 1 inches, I'll come down by 8 inches for my armhole. Next, I'll connect from my shoulder slope down to my armhole. And this is what I have. So next, I measure from my shoulder down to my armhole point. What I have there is 9 inches. I'll chalk it down here also. Then I will at a straight line. So this is my chest line, my bust line, my waistline, and then the top length, okay? So next, I'll go ahead and chalk down half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'll chalk it down from my chest line down to my top length, and I'll connect it this way. Next, on the both side of my waistline, I'll come out on both sides by 0.5, and I'll go ahead and connect it to my chest line. And from the waistline, I'll come down by 6 inches, and I'll connect it to that 6 inches, okay? And this is what I have. So next, I'll go ahead and chalk down the circumference of my body, okay? Bust divided by 4, I'll chalk it down. My waist divided by 4, I'll chalk it down, plus my 1 inches dart. this dart, I'll go ahead and replace it back. On my top length, my hip divide by 4, I'll chalk it down. I'll be adding extra paper on this side, okay? So this is what I have. I'll go ahead and extend my hip line. So my hip divide by 4. This is what I have, plus 2 inches extra for the conical effect. After that, I'll go ahead and connect them together this way. So now, for the style at the down part of the back, from the top length, I'll come up by 1 inches. I'll come up by 1 inches and go ahead and connect it this way to the side. Okay, this is what I have for the back. Next, for my lacing bar, from the chest line, I'll come in by 2 inches. And from the top length, I'll come in by 1 inches. And I'll go ahead and connect it together this way. And this is what I have, okay? So guys, this is all for the back button drafting. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So let's do that. Open up your dart. And this is what I have for the back, and here is my front. So guys, in cutting it out, make sure you add 0.5 seam allowance round. This is the bustier part. This is the funnel part, okay? Add 0.5 seam allowance round, okay? So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and also share. See you all in my next class. Bye.